social media.
And that's something that, you know, in the near future here, I may be trying to rally the industry and rally the troops. I mean, I'm setting up a lot of things, press releases, working on videos and things like that. Press releases not just for our local industry, for local news and for national news, and going to politicians to get as much exposure as I can if it comes to this. Bye, guys.
See you in the morning.
See you in the morning. 9 o'clock.
Well, as far as myself is concerned, you certainly have my vote
I
to
do-
get the word out for, you know, into social media. And I know that, you know, our industry is very well connected that way with social media in a very big way.
I do own and have owned for actually about 3 years or more now the domain name chemdrysucks.com. And I have
Kim
not.
Who was pretty good too.
Whenever it's our name, we'll rock and roll with it.
I have not developed that yet. But if it comes to it, I will, and it will not just involve this suit, but it will be a venue for disgruntled franchisees, ex-franchisees, customers.
Make sure we use a server in Netherlands or something. Then they're taking it down.
Everything else.
Sierra Leone.
Hmm?
Sierra Leone.
I don't want to, you know, to push to that, because you get to a point where you can't go back. But if I'm pushed to it to where my family is threatened and my ability to take care of my family, either physically or financially, is threatened, I will. I mean, there's no reason.
Release the monster.
There's no reason why I shouldn't. And I'd like to see the industry pull together and see that it's not just about Green Glides, it's about all of us, owner-operators, small businesses, small corporations, and keeping control of our industry.
Well, I would think a lot of your future depends on the trial coming up soon.
Yes,
And that shouldn't last more than a few days, should it?
I wouldn't think it would last more than a week,
Yeah.
but of course, I never thought 6 years I'd still be in this. You know, the wheels of justice, if you want to call it that, tend to turn slowly. There is, and it's a little bit complex, but a patent is built upon its claims. And the claims are the heart of a patent. And in trial, it's not all or nothing. They don't necessarily lose the whole patent. If they may lose certain claims of a patent, depending on how that goes, on whether they lose a whole patent, whether they lose certain claims that can help us significantly, or it cannot affect us that much, depending on how effectively Mighty goes after the invalidity claims in their lawsuit. So,
Would this trial have the potential to invalidate patents, or does that have to be done in a different process?
well, they have submitted the patents to the USPTO for re-exam.
Who has Mighty?
Mighty has,
Yeah.
yeah. We were going to do it as well, but the problem is if you submit a patent to the USPTO for re-exam and you don't do it right, spot on, correctly, you can then lose it, which strengthens the patent. So because there were other companies involved in lawsuits over the same patents, and they had attorneys, real attorneys, I did not do it because I didn't want to take a risk of hurting those other cases. Now, Mighty is the last one coming in, and so Mighty will drop that off on the way out, which is, they've dropped that off. Now, it's normally about an 18-month process for a re-exam. So that can definitely help us, but it's a year and a half in the future. Mighty's case, if they invalidate the patents, can help a lot right now. But again, that remains to be seen. You never know what a jury is going to do. I think, I'm pretty confident about it, depending on what information they choose to push and what information, where they go with it. I think they could definitely do really well with it, so I'm hoping they do. I will be there. I'm going to the court every day that they have court. I'm going to be there
Mighty.
at Mighty's.
Right, okay.
Anybody else got any questions? You got any?
Is there anything hot water extraction guys can do? I mean, they slander hot water extraction for years. I know they don't call it the same thing, but it is. Is there anything like class action with several thousand?
Yeah, a
Standard
class
got
action lawsuit for false advertising. They did a lot. I'm sure most of you have seen the ads with the old Castex wand that they have with like 100 jets on it, and they have it all, putting water down at 800 psi. That's me. Yeah, it's okay.
My questions are in the phone. My questions are in the
That's okay. That's my kids' school. They're probably just telling me they were tardy again.
They've been expelled.
Yeah. When the cat's away, their house will play.
Oh, that's right. It's like
But where were we now?
Class action suit.
Yeah, class action suit,
Castec wand with
Um,
an
School, they
0800
call
jet.
somebody
that kind of
to
thing.
the parking lot on Friday night.
Yeah, I think there's probably cause for a class action lawsuit. The problem is organizing it, getting it together, getting somebody to actually get an attorney to take it and go through it. So far, our industry has been very fractured and fractious. And we haven't been able to pull together for that. I'd like to see some of our representative bodies, be it the IICRC, some of the associations, take up that cause and push it. Because, yeah, I do think that they have misled people on hot water extraction for decades, and it is time that kind of advertising ceases.